Kitchen Sink Show, WCSB Sharp.
Did it make you laugh?
No,
Not
you
at all.
make me laugh. Yeah, I wouldn't really talk smack to Dana White anyway.
I mean, I wouldn't talk smack to anybody involved in UFC, including the commentators. I'm not messing with Joe Rogan. Are you kidding?
Well, Joe Rogan he'll probably eat a plate of camel poop first, and then do something wild like that.
But I mean, he's crazy, so you don't want to mess with him. You can leave the dishes till tomorrow.
Welcome to the Kitchen Sink Show. I'm Paul, and I'm here with my two co-hosts, Andrew and
Yo.
Ben. How you guys doing today?
Doing great.
Fantastic, even.
So we have a couple topics here, and before the show we were discussing it a little bit, and Ben and Andrew don't seem to see eye to eye on a couple of things.
It's because he's taller than me.
Is that the one we want to start off with?
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and go with that. The NFL refs are on strike right now, and so they're looking for replacement refs, aka scabs. And the topic of female referees has been thrown into the discussion. Now, Ben is not for it. Andrew definitely is, though. He thinks that it's okay to do it. So, Ben, why don't you think it's okay to have female refs on the show?
I don't know. I just think most refs who are refs have played the game, have the experience of playing the game. Girls don't play the game unless they're kickers.
I knew a girl that played lineman. As you could tell, Ben's a big redneck, so obviously he doesn't want women out there.
Would you date the lineman girl?
Yes.
You would.
She was hot. She did start to lose weight, so then she became like a tight end. Literally, tight end.
Well, I'd like her better if she was a wide receiver. But
that's what I'm saying. So we talked about that, though, where I know you've seen it. I mean, the old guys that just cannot get out of the way get pummeled. And I think that if a 60-year-old can get pummeled, that, a 35 or 40-year-old that gets trampled, she's going to be okay. They have them in the NBA. And then, yes, I know that there's not 300, 400-pound men running around in the NBA mowing down, the refs.
innocent damsels. I don't know. I have a problem with it.
So, I mean,
Can they keep? Well, okay. My valid point would be they couldn't keep up with the play, but if you go back to 70-year-old guys, they keep up with the play.
okay. And Andrew, you wouldn't feel bad if you saw a 35-year-old woman get pummeled by a grown man?
Well, no, just like, everybody else. I mean, just like when you play the game and you put on the pads, you know what's coming. I mean, you know that
And
that
I got to
could
admit, I would
possibly
much
happen.
rather watch a 35-year-old woman get run over by a linebacker than a 70-year-old guy.
It would definitely be funny, regardless.
It would be
And
fantastic.
it's always funny when the refs get smushed and demolished anyway, though. I mean, that's one
Yeah.
for the blooper reel.
Yeah. So, I mean, on the whole fact of replacement referees in general, though, male or female, do you see it being a problem? Do you think there's going to be a lot of botched calls? Because I know that you already get a lot of botched calls with the everyday refs that have been in the league for years. With replacement refs, do you think that we're going to see it more?
I don't know. I think you may actually see a little bit better game called because the guys who've been there, they are complacent. They think they're there. They're going to get those calls. Guys in college, it's just like college football. It's a much better game because they don't have they want to earn what they're doing. They're not going to just make a call. They want to look better.
Yeah. I like what Ben said. I mean, where, like you said, they could be fighting, to be on for the next few years. So they might want to work harder and be better. But it's not like they're, just picking, every Joe, schmo off the streets and being like, hey, you want to ref a game? I think, more or less, like you have to be qualified. I talked to a ref that just did, little league games and then kind of moved up. And you got to go through a lot just to become a ref.
Yeah, they go through like schools.
Yeah.
I thought it was a joke. There's actually like umpire school
Yes,
and
there is.
basketball referee school.
Well, here's the other thing you think about. If these guys are coming from college and they move them up, who's going to take the place of those guys on
Exactly.
Saturday? You're going to have to move other people up.
So now are you talking bringing high school refs into college?
Well, I mean, you think there really is that much of a shortage of referees? I mean, in the ref school, more or less.
Well, I mean, we don't know. That's what's waiting to be seen. I mean, if there's more in training and ready to go, then hey, that works out. And I'd say tell the NFL to tell their everyday referees that are on strike right now that they need to go find a new job.
Now,
I know that in high school, doing what I do when I announce games at the local high school, the referees that we get at our games have come from games that they've done that afternoon at middle schools. So these guys are working 2-3 games a day. That's the shortage. They don't have guys that can just go and call one game. They're calling multiple games in a day.
And the refs thing is kind of like the players, where it's a union, right? I mean, will they have any refs that they say cross the picket line or scabs? I mean, do all the refs have to sit out? I mean, I'm sure they'll get made fun of and death threats and stuff like that if they do cross the picket line. I mean, if you're a line judge and you one of those guys that's holding the chains and you want to move up in your position,
that's what they. If it's what you do for a living,
yeah,
I think you're going to see them crossing the lines. Guys who are attorneys, doctors that do this on the weekends, because
probably
a lot
not
of the
so
guys,
much.
a lot of these guys are doctors, lawyers, people like that.
Oh yeah. I think you have to have a second job being a ref.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
it's
not
only a certain amount of time.
well-paying. I mean, unless you are in the NFL. Stay tuned here on 101 WCSB Charlotte, the Kitchen Sink Show, and find out who's eating chicken and who's sucking dick in 2 minutes.
The Kitchen Sink Show, WCSB Charlotte.
Al Davis was probably 185, and I think he was just a puppet. Somebody was
I think
moving
that
the
he
strings.
was on. Yeah, he was not alive when he died.
What the f*** is he talking about?
You can leave the dishes till tomorrow.
And welcome back to the Kitchen Sink Show. I'm Paul. I'm still here, joined here with Andrew and Ben, and we have our insider Sebastian Alberto over
Who's
there
on
with
the
us.
streets.
How you doing today, Sebastian?
I'm pretty good. I'm on the streets.
So tell us about this craziness that's going on over at the Chick-Fil-A.
It's pretty wild out here. I'm at the local Chick-fil-A here on Tryon, and there are lines wrapped around the building.
Now, what's so big about Chick-fil-A right now?
Chicken. That's what I hear. People really like chicken. Well, it's Chick-fil-A, or the CEO rather, recently came out and admitted to being against gay marriage, which was not something that you wouldn't expect, being a very, very Christian company, being closed on Sundays and always promoting their beliefs. Because of this, a lot of individuals in the gay community have been protesting Chick-fil-A and have decided to not eat there. So today, for all the people who are also against gay marriage and support Chick-fil-A and their Christian beliefs, are all going to Chick-fil-A to eat there and support what they stand for.
So basically right now what's going on is that the true colors, you're finding out who is really against gay marriage and who is for it. The people that are not going to Chick-fil-A more or less are for gay marriage, and the ones that are going are clearly showing their opposition towards gay marriage.
Or you might just have picked the wrong day to go to Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I was just thinking. I
Possibly.
mean, there's
What
probably
if
somebody
you
who
know
has
nothing
no
about it, you're
clue.
just like, I just wanted some
Just
sandwiches.
hungry.
This place is packed.
Yeah, I'm hungry for Chick-fil-A now just talking about it, and I support gay marriage.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with gay marriage whatsoever, but I'm not going to stop eating at Chick-fil-A.
Well,
Now, also, so today marks the day that people are going to support Chick-fil-A. Apparently on Friday, I believe, a lot of gay communities are planning to go have kiss-ins in their local Chick-fil-A's. So
So they're going to go to Chick-fil-A and make out.
yes, there are going to be a lot of
just sit in
homos in Chick-fil-A's making out.
well, see, as the saying goes, I don't get, if, every other couple can be unhappily married, why can't gay people be unhappily
Exactly.
married?
Very
I feel
true.
like the day that they actually get to be married, they're not going to see it as a big deal anymore, because then they're going to not have sex anymore.
Exactly. They'll be in the same boat as
Yeah.
all the other married couples.
They're going to be like, what were we protesting about?
Man, this is what marriage is? 'Cause
Personally, if I'm hanging out in the Chick-fil-A full of girls Friday, that's where I'm going to be.
Yeah. I'm with you. We need to find out where
We need
that's
to
going to
find
happen.
the one with the lesbians.
Yes,
Can we say lesbian?
you could say it, but do you mean it?
Well, and see, that's the thing, too, though, because not all female couples are the most attractive to watch, I guess, if you will.
Oh, so you mean the ones that are dykes?
Yeah.
Well, what's the difference between a dyke and a lesbian?
Typically,
It's
a dyke
really
holds back
mean
water.
word. I don't even like to use it. I feel bad about it. Ones that present themselves as a man or more manly than a general female.
Is that the real term? Really, dyke? Is that the definition of it? That it
Of a butch.
Is that the manlier one?
Yes.
the one that wears the pants? Then
The pants.
So, in
Yeah,
a,
the
in
one
a,
refereeing the NFL.
Exactly. And the NBA.
very well put, Ben.
okay. So now we're gonna get real with it. Ben, you got kids?
Got 4.
And how old are they?
12, 15, 16, and 18.
And what? All girls, mixture?
Got a boy and 3 girls.
All right. Well, so that one boy hanging out with all those girls, if he comes to you and tells you,
That one boy's not hanging out with all those girls. That one boy's trying to get away from those 3 girls.
okay, well, just hypothetically, what happens if one of your kids doesn't even have to be the boy?
Are you going to take him to Chick-Fil-A?
Says, "Dad, I'm gay." Boy or girl, it doesn't matter.
Believe I could handle it more if it was one of the girls.
Now, what about you, Andrew? You have 2 girls.
I do.
And what if one of them came up to you? How would you react?
I mean, be the same. Boy or girl. I think it is what it is, and hopefully, they're older when they've decided that. Maybe so that way, I know that they've had the years and see how intelligent they are, or if I just
Now, do you believe that it is a decision, or do you believe what people are saying, that it's a chemical imbalance?
it probably could be, both, where it is, genetic or innate, a chemical imbalance, and then they choose to decide not to really fight it anymore and just kind of go with it.
Hence
agree with
the
that.
quote, coming out of the closet.
Yes.
What does that have to do with closets at all?
I don't know. And what does the floor look like after they come out of that closet?
What about you, though? Seabass and Paul, y'all don't have kids.
Yeah.
Well, to
But
be-
hypothetically, if it
Not
did,
that
if
they
you
know
did-
of.
Yeah, exactly.
If I had to put myself in that situation, I mean, I don't know. I think initially it'd just be a shock. Unless it was one of those situations, you hear a lot of stories about parents saying,
My 2 dads.
I know. I knew already. I was just waiting to find out if you knew. Parents usually can tell if their children are or not, but
Well, there's a lot of people who are in denial. Like, I knew this one guy who was flaming. He was the most flamboyant gay guy I'd ever met, and his parents swore up and down that he was straight just because they didn't want to accept it. They were very, very conservative. To be honest, if I ever have a daughter, I hope that she's a lesbian. Only because
You
guys-
just want her to bring her hot friends over.
dirty old dad. No, just because guys are bags. And I feel like
can we say bag?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, a broken heart is a broken heart, whether it's a female doing it or another
but I
guy
feel
doing
like
it. I mean, there are,
guys are
you know what I mean? Like, if you're in a relationship, if you, break up with that person, whether it's the same sex
It's
or
a
the opposite
heartbreak.
sex, it still hurts.
Yes.
Ben gave me a weird look. That's all.
But we're all 4 guys here. We all know that guys are generally assholes. Like,
Let's rephrase that. There are 4 guys here. You said we're all 4 guys here.
And if you're an asshole,
Chick-fil-A
speak
on
for
Friday?
yourself.
All right, that's all we have for you today. This is Paul,
I'm Andrew.
I'm Ben.
I'm Seabass.
and this is the Kitchen Sink Show on WCSB Charlotte.
Horrible bullshit. Kitchen sink.
One answer. Want the truth. You can't handle the truth. Can't handle the truth.
You look like a moron. You look like a moron. Kitchen sink. Horrible bullshit.